What was the longevity of the items you're buying? Like, what are you getting out of the items that you are purchasing? And if they are not serving you, if you're not enjoying them, then why not save some money and stop buying them? If I mess something up, then that's like, oh, that's my bad. I'm not a professional. I know myself. I'm not taking off my jewelry to get in and out of the shower. This bad boy and keeps things cold. Number 13 could be controversial because I do believe in investing in your overall health. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby if you don't already know me, and I love to talk all things personal finance, organization, and lifestyle. Thank you for clicking into this video, and thank you in advance for subscribing and clicking the like button. Today we are talking all of the things that I no longer buy or spend my money on to save myself money. I love watching these videos. I think it is so interesting how personal finance is. It's so true. We all have ways that we save money for ourselves. There are items on this list that you probably could not imagine living without, and I'm sure I would feel the same way about items on your list. We all need to just reflect on our purchases and figure out what is serving us and what is not. I find it is super important to reflect on purchases, especially these days, because marketing is hot. The apps are trying to get you to buy just about everything. I think it's really important to reflect on the quality of things and did the promise of the item actually return? What was the longevity of the items you're buying? Like, what are you getting out of the items that you are purchasing? And if they are not serving you, if you're not enjoying them, then why not save some money and stop buying them? I hope this list can be entertaining and also maybe inspirational if you are looking for ways to cut some costs in your life. And I also want to hear what you no longer buy, or if any of these items are shocking and crazy to you. And also, a lot of the items on this list, by avoiding buying them, you're also being environmentally friendly, you're being sustainable, reducing your impact on the earth. And that is, one of the best bonuses that you could get from saving money on top of that. Without further ado, let's dive into my items. I think I have 19 items. Yes, I have 19 items. So let's dive into it. This could be a long one. Number one on my list is getting my nails done or any beauty treatments done that I can do myself. I used to get my nails done. I used to get my toenails done. I used to get eyelash extensions. I used to go get my hair colored, my hair cut. I would get waxes. I would get all kinds of stuff in a salon, and I have slowly over the years just migrated to DIY, do it yourself at home, primarily because I enjoy doing these things. I like beauty. I like looking up videos on how to do things myself and how to get the same outcome myself. I also find that I trust myself more, and if I mess something up, then that's like, oh, that's my bad. I'm not a professional, but I hate paying money for something and then hating the outcome. So it's just easier for me to do it myself. So I do my own nails at home. I actually do like Gel X nails at home. I do my own pedicures. I do my lash perm, my brow lamination. I do my own haircuts. I just cut my hair. She's looking shiny and healthy. I don't go to a salon for any beauty treatments at all anymore, and it saves me a ton of money. The only thing I do pay for in salon, in medical esthetician, or in medical room is Botox, and that is because I will not be doing that myself. Never, ever, ever. If I can do it myself safely at home, then I will. If not, then I'll pay for it. Number two on my list is getting lunches at work. So I cannot tell you the last time I bought a lunch at work. I think maybe twice this year, max, and it would have been like an accident, like I really forgot a lunch. I have just committed to not spending any money on my work days in the office. I try my best not to like buy little knickknacks at lunch. I usually will like get a coffee here or there, or I'll get groceries that we are missing. But I try not to get any food out, any like sit down at restaurants, any to-go stuff. I try not to spend money on food while I'm at the office. This saves me a ton of money. The average lunch these days, cheapest lunch I think I could find is about 10. Average would be around 15 bucks, 18 bucks even. Imagine that. I'm in the office 3 days a week. Imagine if I was buying lunch 3 days a week for the entire year. That definitely adds up. Plus, I also find I have more control on what I'm eating, how much sodium I'm having, all this stuff that they're sneaking in at restaurants, like so much oil, low protein, just not ideal diet food, not for general health. I find it's just easier for me to bring my own food, and then I'm in control of the situation. Okay, number 3 is food delivery. I have been a hater of Uber Eats for a very long time. I was ordering it for a short period of time when me and my boyfriend usually would get together. We would get some Uber Eats and we would stay at home, watch a movie, have a little date night. And I just started to see the costs of everything. Like we would always try to find little coupons and discounts. And even with like a 40% off coupon code from Uber Eats, we were still paying more than just going and picking it up. Like it's actually insane that the fees and everything that comes together when you're done your order, because you have like the delivery fee, the service charge, the restaurant fee, you have the driver tip, and don't forget to tip your drivers. That's like, they're doing hard effort, they're doing lots of work, so you gotta tip your drivers. At the end of the day, I would much rather just walk over, drive over, pick up the food myself. And there's also certain food that I'm like, I just would prefer to have this in the way that it was meant to be had in a restaurant, fresh, brought to the table. I don't want it sitting in a container, even if it is for 10 minutes, just on the drive home. It's just not what I want. Like, I'm never, ever, ever in my life getting a burger in takeaway ever again. Like, they're just not good. They're soggy by the time they get to you. It's not good. It's not crispy. The fries aren't hot. Nah, I'm a hater of takeaway. I like to just sit at the restaurant, have the full experience, have the food as it was meant to be had. And if not, then I just don't go. Number 4 on my list is having 14 million different cleaning products for just like cleaning your everyday household items. I really stick to just the basics of what I need. So I have detergent, I have OxyClean, I have a multi-purpose cleaner, and then I have, I think, like CLR for like really intense, hard to deal with cleaning items, and that's it. Like, I don't even think I have bleach. I think the OxyClean I use instead of bleach. I don't really find myself needing bleach. I think every time I've used bleach, I've ended up ruining some of my clothes. I just stick to those items, and if I absolutely need a new cleaner, I usually will just go to vinegar and baking powder, since that works for almost everything anyway. I just save a lot of money on cleaning products. I just don't understand when people have an appliance cleaner and a countertop cleaner and a wood cleaner, and it's ridiculous. You don't need all of it. Number 5 on my list is cheap clothes and cheap jewelry that won't last. Something that I noticed was I was getting rid of a lot of clothes from specific stores extremely quickly, like rotating through them within even 1 year. They would be out of my closet already, whether that was like the quality or shrinking in the wash or completely changing the way it looked in the wash. With jewelry, anything that would go green quickly, anything that I can't wear in the shower. I know myself, I'm not taking off my jewelry to get in and out of the shower. I will forget to take it off while I'm washing my hands. It needs to be high quality. It needs to last. I buy it once instead of buying it 15 different times with the same cheap jewelry or the same cheap shirts. For example, I like to buy all of my basics and staples at Aritzia because I know the longevity of those items. I've had Aritzia items in my closet for 6+ years sometimes, and they are incredible quality, and I know they won't be shrinking in the wash. I just know what the fabrics do in the wash for myself for the most part. I like to just stick to companies that I know won't shrink. Something else in this category that I also won't buy are items that have to be dry cleaned. I will check clothes before I buy them on whether or not they need to be dry cleaned, just because I know myself, one, I'm probably not gonna get it dry cleaned. I'm gonna be really lazy about it, and it's just gonna sit in my closet dirty for a long time. And 2, I'm not interested in paying for dry cleaning quarterly to maintain this item when it was only $100. Like, I don't want to have to pay $100 in dry cleaning fees in 6 months just to own that item. It just seems ridiculous to me. So that is something else I no longer purchase. Number 6 on my list is cheap, unnecessary organizing items. This is kind of taking a shot at Temu a little bit, but you know how there's these girls on TikTok that just have an organizer for absolutely everything in their house. And I get it, it's aesthetic, it itches my brain, it looks so good. Trust me, there's so many times that I'm this close to buying all of that crap. But I always remind myself that, 1, it's basically unnecessary. Most things can be organized much simpler. For example, how about you just keep your spices in the spice bag that you bought it in? Like, you don't have to put them in a separate container. I know it looks nice and I know it looks organized, but you can just keep it in the bag it came in. There are definitely things in my house where I'm like, okay, I need an organizer. Like, one for me is like wires. Wires need a place to go, and they need a method of being hidden. But I just think that there's a lot of organizers and things on Temu that make it look like you need it, but you really don't. And also a lot of extra plastic that's probably going to end up in landfill and not that much time. Okay, number 7 is paper towel. With a caveat, I still buy paper towel. You're still going to find it in my kitchen, but it is for cleaning the toilet and for maintaining my groceries in the fridge. So I no longer use paper towel for the typical spills and like the day-to-day uses you would use paper towel for. I now have a reusable paper towel that have this company's little square sheets. They like have a cute print on them, and you can use them tons and tons and tons of times over. They dry without any smells. I love them. Get them at Costco, I think now, and I will use paper towel exclusively for cleaning like the toilet or areas that I don't want to use the reusable cloth for. And I also use paper towel for putting like a paper towel in my kale when I get it, and I chop it up and I put it in a container just because it helps with the longevity of my groceries. I will do this with like all of my produce. I will put a little piece of paper towel in there, and it just helps to draw out the moisture and keep things fresh. Those are the only uses of paper towel that I have in my house. This is not like a huge financial save, but over my lifetime, probably gonna add up. Okay, number 8 is multivitamins or gym supplement. I used to buy like multivitamins or just like any vitamins that were like, hair, skin, nails, or beauty vitamins, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I no longer buy those at all anymore just because, one, I eat a very nutritious vegan diet with lots of plant foods. I typically do not need the typical things you're gonna be finding in a multivitamin, and I much prefer to just get my blood work done and have a targeted approach with supplements so I'm not wasting supplements. A lot of the times you are peeing out additional supplements, or they actually could be negatively affecting your health if you are overdosing in a certain category. And 2, I do not buy gym supplements anymore. So as a girl that's been lifting for a very long time, I have been lifting for about 10 years, and I was very into the fitness community online. So I kind of got suckered into just continuously buying a lot of supplements, BCAAs and pre-workout and pump products. I have definitely stripped that down. I now just have coffee before my workouts, and I don't think BCAAs are necessary. I think science has proven that BCAAs are in most plant foods. I will say though that I do still purchase vegan protein products. I do still purchase creatine just because it is the most researched supplement for fitness and weightlifting, and it is actually great for your brain health on top of being great for the gym, and it's also relatively cheap. It's like $30 for a 3-month supply for me. I also have been recently buying electrolyte packets like liquid IVs and elements, especially while training for my half marathon, but those were more out of necessity than just buying something that an influencer told me to buy. All right, number 9 on my list is grocery shopping without a list. So this is not necessarily like a targeted product that I no longer buy, but I basically have really cut down on my grocery list, or I've really cut down on my grocery budget and the amount that I'm spending at the store by going in with a plan, going in with a list, and knowing exactly what I'm going to be eating that week and only buying what I need. And that way I'm reducing my overall grocery waste, and then I'm also obviously have a lower bill. This is something that I have been doing religiously for about 2 years now, and it has cut our grocery bills down. Well, it originally cut our grocery bills down a lot. Now our grocery bills are fast approaching what they used to be when we didn't used to have a list. But yeah, it does make a huge impact. If you are not currently using a list or planning out your meals beforehand, I highly recommend it. And then going along with that, number 10 is animal products. So my groceries from the store will be primarily vegan, and also I no longer buy as much vegan specific products or vegan marketing products. I will just buy foods that just so happen to be vegan. So I'm trying not to buy things like Beyond Meat and, like these fake cheeses and all that stuff. I do here and there, obviously. It's not like the primary portion of my diet, and that obviously helps reduce my overall grocery bill quite a bit. Animal products can be super expensive. Meat, fish, and all that is crazy expensive, so are eggs. Number 11 is feminine products. I no longer buy tampons, pads, all of that stuff. I primarily just use my Nixit cup, a reusable cup, and I've been using that for several years, and I love it, and great for the planet, and definitely better for my health, for sure. Number 12 is water bottles. This one I haven't done in a really long time. I used to be the type to just regularly pick up water bottles when I was out at stores, whenever I got thirsty, and now I just carry around my trusty Yeti. I have this bad boy and keeps things cold, good for the planet. I am always sad when I forget my Yeti. So number 13 could be controversial because I do believe in investing investing in your overall health. But I no longer pay for gym memberships or fitness classes. I have a gym in my apartment. It is a great apartment gym. I'm very happy with the gym itself. There's obviously things I wish I could have in there, but considering it is currently free for myself to use, I just don't feel the need to get an exterior gym membership or to pay for fitness classes. I was paying for ClassPass for a little while just to do something fun and new, especially with like friends. But for the most part, I do not buy fitness classes. I do not spend any money on working out. I am a runner, so I get outside and run, and then I use my apartment gym outside of that. Number 14 is a bunch of subscriptions. So if you watch my regular monthly budgets, you will notice that I don't have a ton of subscriptions on my bills every single month. I think the only ones I'm currently paying for is Patreon. I think it was like $6 a month, and I'm currently just listening to some audiobooks on a Patreon account. Oscar wants to say hi. Oscar Weiner. Oscar Weiner. Look how big my boy is. Aww. If you watch my regular budgets, you will notice that I don't have a ton of subscriptions. The only ones I'm currently paying for is Ren. It's a climate initiative subscription service. It helps offset your carbon footprint by investing in green initiatives that help lower carbon in the earth. So I currently pay for that every month, and then I pay for a Patreon here and there. I will utilize friends and family as much as I possibly can. I am on like a family Apple plan for my music. We all split a family YouTube premium account. I also don't have that bill. But I think if it was like I had to pay for subscriptions, I would definitely limit it. I would keep it to just like one or two here and there, or I would do like a very good monitoring system to make sure I'm actually using that subscription service that month and then canceling it outside of that, not just having Netflix 12 months of the year just because. Wait till you actually want to watch a show on there and then get it, for example. All right, number 15 is workout shoes. This is really random, but I do not buy that many workout shoes. So I've only ever purchased one pair of runners for running, and I definitely need to replace them because I have done a whole half marathon and half marathon training in the year, and I have just run a lot of kilometers on those, so they definitely need to be replaced. But I don't buy workout shoes for fashion purposes. I buy them when they absolutely need to be replaced, and that is it. I wear Converse for my lifting sessions that I've had for probably a decade. I just wash them in the laundry and they're good to go. They've held the test of time. Converse are incredible. And then my gym shoes are a pair of Adidas that I got as a gift from my boyfriend when we first started dating, so 6 years ago. So I just do not really buy gym shoes. I just don't feel the need to do it. It's just kind of unnecessary for me. I just buy a pair that I like and I keep them. And that's just that for me, which is weird because I do like to buy clothes a lot, but shoes apparently not so much. Number 16 is seasonal decor outside of Christmas. I love Christmas. I love Christmas decor. I pride myself on making my home as cozy and Christmassy as humanly possible at Christmas time. But outside of that, I do not swap my decor based on the seasons at all, really. In the fall, I will definitely buy more candles and I might lean into a couple more like fall style things around the house. Like for example, I might not get like flowers in like a vase. I might get, like this. I don't know, I can't think of anything, but I really don't have like decor I swap in and out. I don't have like orange pillows for the fall. I don't have Valentine's Day stuff. I don't have spring stuff. I don't have Easter stuff. I just have my home decor and then Christmas. Number 17 on my list is Amazon shopping constantly. So I think Amazon is this crazy void where we all go to just spend all of our money. It happens so quickly, like it's like one press of the button and it's ordered and it's coming to you and you don't even have to do anything. It just shows up. I try to limit how much I am on Amazon. I try to limit how much I buy from Amazon just because I feel like it becomes a habitual thing. And then the next thing you know, you're just buying stuff just because you heard one person say something good about it. For example, I don't buy groceries on Amazon. I don't really have anything on subscribe and save. I really try to wait until something is like necessary or I really need something quickly before I just buy it on Amazon. It needs to be like a reason for me to go to Amazon. It is not my default. And it's just because I recognize how easy it would be to just continuously be on there and continuously be adding things to my cart. Number 18 was my morning daily Starbucks. There was a long few years of my life where I would get Starbucks every single day. It was mainly when I was a student, nonetheless. When I was probably the most financially strapped, I would get a daily Starbucks. This is something I slowly transitioned out of. I really only get probably one Starbucks a week, if that. Sometimes I don't get one at all. And that is primarily just because there's one near my work. And also if I want a decaf coffee, coffee just because my office doesn't have decaf. But for the most part, I just try to avoid it. Their coffees are so expensive these days, and I just really enjoy my Nespresso. I feel like I can make just as good of a coffee at home, and Starbucks is notorious for just having so much sugar and crap in their drink. Okay, and number 19 on my list is not necessarily something I stopped buying, but it's something I started doing, and that is actually returning things I won't use or I don't really need. Like most of us, I think this is something we all kind of do. It can be hard to get to returns, especially if it's like mail in or, you know, a store that's far away. I think we can put it off for a while and then maybe forget about it. But it is crazy how much crap you buy and not use by just not returning items that you know for sure aren't a good fit for you. I used to online shop and then just keep everything I got, even if I didn't like the fit of it. I would convince myself that my body was the problem and I had to change my body. Realistically, a lot of the time, clothes just aren't meant for your shape or your figure, and that's not your fault. That's the clothes' fault. Go return it. It's not meant for you. If you don't love the way it looks the second you take it out of the package, probably not gonna like it in a couple weeks when like the novelty of it has worn off. If it's not an immediate love when I take it out of the package, then I return it every single time. I also will return items that I know I will not use. For example, I recently purchased a second charger for my laptop because I forgot my first one at home, and I kind of convinced myself like, oh, it would be nice to have a second laptop charger. And then I was like, what am I doing? I have one. If I forget my charger, it's not because I had a second one that I could have grabbed. I forgot it because I forgot it. I think also being more diligent with returning items has made me really think through my purchases, and sometimes it's a great way to combat a high spend month is to just return some of the items you bought that month and then maybe think about buying them in the future, even if you do really love them. Okay, that is everything on my list today for all of the things that I no longer buy to save myself money. Some of these items definitely save me more money than the other ones, but cash is cash. Any dollars in my pocket, I will happily take. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that this was entertaining and that maybe you thought about the things that you no longer buy to save yourself money. Let me know about what those items are in the comments down below. I would love to hear them, and I will see you guys in the next video.